We're talking about the rise of mental illness in teens and young adults nationwide. Now, 24-year-old Gracelyn says she has struggled with severe anxiety for years, affecting all aspects of her life. Natalie is here with her 18-year-old stepdaughter, Emerald. And Natalie, why do you say that parents don't know how to handle their struggling teens?
I think sometimes that parents haven't done their own work, and so they have kids without actually looking at maybe their own childhood stuff. And so then when their children are struggling, it maybe, for lack of a better word, it triggers their stuff that they haven't resolved. And then you have two people that are struggling. Yes.
Yeah, and that is a challenge. That's why I was saying if we've got parents that are fighting their own battles and then the child's doing the same thing, it may have been modeled by the parent or whatever, but then we've kind of really don't have a leadership situation. And it's hard to recognize something going on in your child if you're struggling with it as well. Now, Emerald, you say that social media heightens your anxiety, right?
Yes, I feel like there's a larger public all around you, and to me, they have more outreach, and I have less control. So basically, it's an uncontrollable situation that you're put in when you're on social media, and so that gives people the access basically to reach out to me without me having the control of them reaching out to me.
Yeah. I've got a real concern about how much social media has taken over for young people and for some adults. I mean, it's hard for adults to tell their kids to get off TikTok when the adults are on TikTok. Seriously, you look
Yes.
at the numbers and it's crazy. So we've got a generation that is watching people live their lives instead of living their own life. They're on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, watching people live lives that they don't know how real that life is. Because let me tell you, a lot of that's glamorized. They've done 50 takes before it's put up there, et cetera. So you're watching people live their lives instead of you living your own. And then all of a sudden you realized, I never learned how to live because I've been watching all of this. What life skills do you think you're lacking? All of them? You don't know how to do laundry? You don't know how to balance your
I can
checkbook?
do laundry now. I live on my own now, so I can do all that stuff. But it's just, I still feel like I'm not the best at it. I could be better.
Yeah. Do you feel intimidated by the world?
Yes, I'm so intimidated.
Okay. But you don't have to do everything at one time. You understand as your confidence builds and your self-esteem builds and you observe yourself overcoming these obstacles, you observe yourself mastering different challenges in life, then you begin to have confidence to take on new things. And you've got to stop lying to yourself and you've got to test your thoughts. And there are 4 criteria for a rational thought that are real simple. And every time you have a thought, you need to write it down. And number 1, you need to ask, is what I'm telling myself based on verifiable fact? And if you don't know, you need to find out. Is what I'm saying based on verifiable fact? And 2, is it in my best interest to think this? Is it in my best interest to be saying these things to myself? And number 3, does it get me what I want and need? And number 4, does it protect and prolong my life?
Yeah, all those are like no.
You're like 0 for 4 on the
Yeah.
last 100 things you've thought.
Yeah.
You're like 0 for 400. So it's real simple. And when they fail, then you start generating a rational alternative. Then if what I'm saying isn't rational, then what is?
Yeah.
What
Okay.
can I say to myself that is in my best interest, is verifiable in fact, gets me what I want and need, and protects and prolongs my life? This is just a beginning. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.